I'm going to do something a little bit uncharacteristically drama-y. I usually don't start shit with people, but certain people rub me very much the wrong way. And I really, really get pissed off. I want you to understand that this doesn't come from a place of jealousy, because the person I'm about to mention, anyone who's subscribed to him, I wouldn't really want you to be subscribed to me, because this guy's such a dumbass and such a tedious, uninteresting, pseudo-intellectual, backbiting, vindictive, drama whore, fucking empty-headed little faggot who I have despised for years. And if you even know his name, you've probably only heard of him recently because he was on The Drunken Peasants. I'm talking about Boba Fett himself, the outspoken realist. This is a guy who used to hold 6-hour stockathons while him and some of his little sycophants would be on fucking Google Hangouts scouring the internet for dirt on AIU. And even though AIU deserved that, how weird and fucking creepy and obsessive is that? I'm serious, dude. The guy spent fucking dozens of hours just saying AIU was the most gigantic piece of shit. And you know what? Doxing makes you a piece of shit, and AIU did doxing. And forget guys like Naked Ape, dude. Tor took it to extreme levels. You just didn't know that because he has somewhere, at the time, probably about 1,200 subscribers, and right now somewhere around 1,900. I don't know why. This guy, while editing his videos constantly and not appearing on camera, can barely string together a coherent sentence. His voice, to be the most superficial and to provide the most ad hominem insult that is ultimately meaningless, but his voice is like if you had an audio dictionary where this is the sound a cow makes, moo. This is the sound a dog makes, woof. This is the sound an Asperger fucking obsessive fucking weirdo Rain Man teenager, probably somewhere between the ages of 17 and 21 sounds like. The outspoken realist. The guy is unfucking bearable. And you people think that this drama that has started with the Drunken Peasants is new and has occurred in the last 2 episodes. This dude has been dealing out either backhanded compliments or fucking jealous little fucking insults and jabs at people like Scotty and Paul, the peasants that get the most flack for things, for years. This guy has been aiming for this tension for years. And about 6 months ago, I was starting to get angry because the Drunken Peasants, completely in a fashion unrelated to the outspoken realist, have been fucking up by getting way too drunk and way too high and way too thinking that trolling, just well beyond jumping the shark, just shattering the boundaries of trolling into the land of this isn't even remotely funny and is kind of disturbingly offensive and ungrateful to your fans who pay your paycheck. I understand the Drunken Peasants were doing all that. And somehow this backbiting little fucking weasel scumbag, the outspoken realist, is riding a wave of support because the Drunken Peasants are fucking up on their own merit, and because he completely misrepresented the whole Dusty argument, which was made out of misrepresentations of both Dusty and fucking the Drunken Peasants misrepresenting each other in a complete clusterfuck where taking a side makes you a fanboy retard at all. The outspoken realist wades his way into this and starts leeching credit off it. This dude is garbage. His channel's garbage, his opinions are garbage, and he plays that whole virtue signaling of goes through everything he's supposed to be against. Feminism, religion, Black Lives Matter, anything social justice, and he will look for anywhere where an anti-social justice warrior has exaggerated or stretched the bounds or made tenuous connections and coincidental fucking connections between certain very negative crimes or violent acts or outbursts on social media or something. If there's a tenuous grasp between Black Lives Matter and an action of a black supremacist, which is always tenuous because I've reminded you multiple times that Black Lives Matter is a disparate ideology. It doesn't have a register. It doesn't have a roster. It has very, very few official members. And usually the people who march are just people who fucking show up. So it is completely fair to call an ideology which is absolutely a racist, anti-establishment, anti-statist, psychopathic, fucking Muslim, communist, crazy, just completely ridiculous counterculture racist. I remind you, organization like Black Lives Matter, anytime anybody commits a hate crime, but doesn't officially say, throw up the BLM gang sign or some fucking nonsense, it doesn't count, not BLM's fault. Does the same thing with feminism, does the same thing with social justice warriors, does the same thing with religious people. Fuck Tor. I've gone on for long enough. 5 minutes is more than this cunt deserves. Fuck him. And you know what? Don't run to his channel and talk shit like I did, because I'm a vindictive asshole in my own way. Don't fucking go talk about him on DP. Let him die in anonymity where he deserves, when he is not being a fucking toxic little thorn in the side of his own movement, being a fucking contrarian for the sake of it because he's an attention whore, like many feminists are, and pretty much no different in behavioral motivation, in my opinion, in my fucking armchair psychologist estimation of this cocksucker. He doesn't deserve your attention. Ignore him. Unsub him. Don't listen to him. Don't read his comments. This is basically me being over and done with it, probably even if he directly responds to me. Let this be my first and final comment to you, Tor. You suck in every which way the word. In your morals, in your motives, in your delivery, in your channel, in your rhetoric, in the way you talk and what you talk about. You are mediocrity personified. Kill yourself. Thanks for watching.